Imagine waking up to a garden that whispers stories of the forest, where every leaf of spinach climbs a silver branch of driftwood, and every drop of water travels through a path of ancient stones. Imagine a world where your kitchen table is fed by a sanctuary you built from things the world threw away. You aren't just planting seeds, you are weaving a masterpiece that breathes. Today, we aren't just gardening, we are dreaming with our hands. Welcome back to Home and Garden Borneo, where we believe that a luxury garden doesn't require a fortune, only a bit of soul and some recycled magic. This series is our weekly love letter to nature, and we'll be releasing a new chapter of inspiration every single week. If you find peace in these transformations, I invite you to join our growing family by hitting that subscribe button. But before we begin, I'm curious, where in the world are you watching from today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to welcome you personally. One, the Driftwood Spirit Trellis. Imagine a skeleton of the sea rising from the dark, rich earth of your garden. Picture the sun-bleached silver of driftwood, shaped by tides and time, now standing still to offer strength to the living. These are not mere sticks. They are the spirit trellises, ancient remnants of trees that have traveled 1,000 miles to help your garden reach for the sky. Watch as the Malabar spinach, with its glossy, heart-shaped leaves, begins its slow dance around these weathered limbs. The contrast is a silent poetry, the vibrant, succulent green of new life clinging to the pale, silent history of the wood. As the vines spiral upward, the trellis disappears, becoming a living pillar of emerald that feels as though it grew from a dream. There is a profound peace in this union. It reminds us that nothing is ever truly lost. What was once tossed aside by the waves can become the very foundation for our sustenance. It is a bridge between the ocean's memory and the earth's bounty, a testament to the timeless bond we share with the natural world. This humble structure turns a simple vegetable patch into a sacred grove, where beauty and function breathe as one. And as the vines reach the highest peak of the silver wood, we find our gaze drifting toward a different kind of celestial arrangement. Two, the Floating Herb Galaxy. Imagine a constellation of glass, suspended in the soft morning air, catching the light like fallen stars. These are the floating herb galaxies, discarded vessels that once held nothing, now cradling the very essence of life. Each bottle is a transparent sanctuary, a tiny world where roots weave their silent stories in water and earth, hanging effortlessly between the ground and the heavens. Touch the cool surface of the glass and feel the warmth of the sun it has captured. Within these suspended orbs, mint, basil, and rosemary thrive, their scents dancing on the breeze every time a jar sways. There is something profoundly meditative in watching these green souls grow in midair, defying the heavy pull of the earth. It is a reminder that even the most fragile things can find their place and flourish if given a little light and a gentle hand. This arrangement is a reflection of our own journey, a search for balance and a way to elevate the ordinary into the extraordinary. By hanging our harvest, we create a sanctuary that breathes with us, a space where memory and aroma intertwine to bring a sense of togetherness to our homes. It is a testament to the idea that we don't need vast fields to grow. We only need the courage to look up. As the glass jars hum a quiet melody in the wind, our attention is drawn down to the solid, grounding touch of the earth's most ancient cradle. 3. The stone-carved seedling sanctuary. Imagine the earth itself being cradled in the hands of time. Picture a sanctuary carved from silent stone, where the weight of the mountain meets the lightness of a new beginning. This is the stone-carved seedling sanctuary, a place where we return to the wisdom of the ancients, shunning the coldness of plastic for the warmth of the living soil. Feel the cool, rugged surface of the stone basins, holding within them rows of dark, velvety soil blocks, cubes of life waiting for their moment to speak. There is a quiet power in this sight. Hundreds of tiny green hearts beating against the gray stillness of the rock. Each block is a world of its own, self-contained and free, allowing roots to breathe and grow without the cage of a container. It is gardening in its most honest form, a gentle dialogue between the gardener's hand and the earth's raw materials. This sanctuary is more than just a nursery. It is a reflection of the peace we find when we slow down and honor the process. It speaks of memory, of the way our ancestors once tended the land with nothing but stone and spirit. In this bond, we find a timeless connection, a feeling of being grounded in something far older and more enduring than ourselves. It is a victory of life over waste, a quiet revolution growing in the palm of a stone. And as these young souls gain their strength within their rocky cradle, they begin to look toward a shelter made of light and memory. The old window greenhouse. Imagine a sanctuary built from the ghosts of old houses, windows that once looked out onto forgotten streets, now repurposed to protect the fragile dreams of your garden. This is the old window greenhouse, a cathedral of glass and memory where the light of the sun is captured and held in a warm, silent embrace. The weathered wood, with its layers of peeling paint, tells a story of decades gone by, now finding a new purpose as a guardian of life. Lean in and peer through the glass. Within this translucent shelter, the air is still and heavy with the scent of damp earth and awakening seeds. It is a world apart, a safe haven where the biting wind cannot reach. There is a profound beauty in this transformation, taking what was once discarded as debris and turning it into a vessel of hope. It reminds us that our past, with all its cracks and imperfections, can provide the very structure we need to nurture our future. Building this sanctuary is an act of togetherness between the old and the new. It is a philosophical reflection on the cycle of life, As the old windows fade, they give their strength to the young sprouts that will one day grow far beyond their frames. In this quiet corner of the garden, the timeless bond between humans and nature is written in glass and light. It is a place of peace, a sanctuary where time seems to slow down just long enough for us to see the magic of a single leaf unfurling. And as the sun sets behind the glass panes, casting long shadows across the garden, we hear the gentle, rhythmic song of a hidden water path. Five, the bamboo water drop irrigation. Imagine the garden finding its own rhythm, a heartbeat measured in the steady, gentle tap of water against hollow wood. Picture the bamboo water drop irrigation, where life-giving moisture travels through a labyrinth of golden stalks, guided by nothing but gravity and grace. This is the garden's nervous system, a network of earthborn channels that turn the chore of watering into a song of liquid light. Listen to the sound, the hollow, percussive music of droplets falling from the bamboo nodes onto the thirsty earth below. Each drop is a promise kept, a silent oath to nurture the roots that anchor our world. There is a deep, philosophical beauty in this movement. Water, the most flexible of elements, flowing through bamboo, the most resilient of grasses. It is a reminder of the effortless flow we should strive for in our own lives, finding the path of least resistance to reach the places where we are needed most. This system is a testament to the togetherness of all things. The sun that draws the water, the bamboo that carries it, and the gardener who orchestrates their meeting. It reflects a timeless bond where we don't just take from nature, but we help it circulate its own magic. In this quiet, rhythmic dance, we find a sense of peace that no modern machine could ever provide. It is the sound of a garden that is truly alive, breathing and drinking in perfect, rustic harmony. As the last drop falls and the soil grows dark and rich, we realize that we haven't just built a garden. We have invited a soul to dwell within it. Six, the Storybook bottle border. Imagine a line where the sky meets the earth, not in a horizon of dust, but in a shimmering parade of glass jewels. Picture the Storybook bottle border, where vessels that once held shared laughter and quiet toasts are now buried deep, their hearts anchored in the soil to protect the life that grows within. These are the forgotten fragments of our celebrations, turned into a crystalline shield for the garden's edge. Run your hand along the smooth, rounded glass, cooled by the morning dew and warmed by the rising sun. In hues of deep emerald, warm amber, and celestial blue, these bottles catch the light and scatter it back into the leaves, creating a mosaic that feels as though it was spun from fairy tales. There is a silent beauty in this containment. The glass doesn't just mark a boundary, it honors the space where our labor meets the earth's generosity. This border is a reflection of our desire to preserve and protect. It reminds us that even the most fragile things, when united and grounded, can provide a strong foundation for something beautiful to flourish. It is a bridge between our past consumption and our future growth. A timeless bond that proves nothing is truly waste if it can still hold the light. In this quiet, glowing edge, we find the peace of knowing that our garden has a soul that sparkles even in the shadows. As the sun catches the last bottle in the row, our gaze is pulled toward a structure of strength and rustic grace, rising from the earth like a guardian. Seven, the Hardwood Scrap Fortress. Imagine a sanctuary that stands defiant against the slow decay of time. A fortress built not of cold stone, but of the resilient heart of the forest. These are the Hardwood Scrap Fortresses, raised beds crafted from the heavy, honest remnants of timber that have already weathered 1,000 storms. Each plank and beam, with its deep grain and rugged scars, serves as a sturdy guardian for the fragile life that thrives within its embrace. Feel the solid, unyielding weight of the wood, its surface silvered by the sun and darkened by the rain. Unlike the fleeting things of the world, these beds offer a permanent home where the soil stays warm and the roots run deep. There is a silent wisdom in using these scraps. They remind us that strength is often found in what others have left behind. Within these wooden walls, a handful of seeds can transform into a bountiful harvest, protected from the wandering feet of the world and the dampness of the low ground. This structure is a celebration of memory and endurance. It connects us to the craftsmen of old who understood that a thing built well is a gift to the future. As you tend to the greens growing within this timber frame, you feel a profound sense of togetherness with the earth, a bond that is both grounded and elevated. It is a place of quiet pride, a rustic monument to the idea that a garden can be both a source of food and a work of enduring art. And as we lean against the warm, dark wood, we notice a small, shimmering pool nearby, reflecting the sky like a fallen mirror. The Sunken Bucket Pond. Imagine a mirror that has fallen from the heavens and tucked itself quietly into the mossy embrace of your garden. Picture the Sunken Bucket Pond, a humble vessel that once held common things, now holding the sky, the clouds, and the very soul of tranquility. Hidden beneath a crown of river stones and velvet moss, this mini oasis transforms a forgotten corner into a sanctuary of reflection, where the world slows down to watch a single ripple. Lean over the edge and gaze into the still, dark water. Within this small circle of life, the air feels cooler and the spirit grows light. It is a tiny world of its own, where water lilies rest like quiet thoughts and the sunlight dances on the sandy floor below. There is a profound peace in this simplicity. It teaches us that we do not need a vast lake to find the healing power of water. A simple bucket, buried with intention, is enough to invite the birds to sing and the dragonflies to linger. This pond is an emotional anchor, a place of memory and stillness where we can reconnect with the timeless bond between humans and the elements. It reminds us that even in the smallest spaces, there is room for magic and for the togetherness of all living things. As you sit by this quiet water, you realize that the most beautiful journeys don't always require travel. They only require a moment of stillness in the garden you have nurtured. And as the water reflects the first light of the stars, we find ourselves looking toward a delicate shelter that feels as though it belongs in a dream. Nine, the Fairy Cloche. Imagine a world where every tiny sprout is the inhabitant of its own crystal palace. Picture the Fairy Cloche, a delicate dome of transparency that hums with the warmth of captured sunlight. These are not merely discarded bottles. They are guardians of the vulnerable, clear sentinels that stand between the fragile breath of a new plant and the biting chill of the wind. Within these shimmering domes, a private spring is born, a humid sanctuary where life can whisper its first secrets in safety. Watch as the morning mist clings to the inner walls of the glass, creating a veil of diamonds that obscures and then reveals the vibrant emerald life within. There is a profound tenderness in this sight, the way a simple vessel, once destined for the earth's waste, now offers its body to nurture the earth's growth. It is a reflection of the protective love we feel for our gardens, a quiet way of saying that even the smallest life is worth shielding, worth cherishing. This humble cloche is a bridge between the practical and the magical. It connects the gardener's need for protection with a storybook aesthetic that turns a vegetable patch into a scene from a dream. It reminds us that togetherness in the garden means looking after the smallest among us, ensuring that every seed has the chance to find its strength. In this quiet, sheltered space, we find peace, knowing that beneath the glass, a tiny revolution of green is preparing to meet the sun. And as the seedlings grow strong enough to shed their crystal armor, we look toward the final touch, the labels that carry the names of our garden's silent residents. Vintage spoon plant labels. Imagine the quiet whispers of your garden finally finding their names. Picture the vintage spoon plant labels, where the tarnished silver of a bygone era finds a new purpose as a storyteller of the soil. These are the forgotten heirlooms, spoons that once gathered families around a table, now flattened and hammered by hand to serve a different kind of nourishment. They are the final touch, the signature on a living painting. Touch the cool, weathered metal and feel the history etched into its handle. Each spoon, with its hand-stamped letters, is a testament to the togetherness of the past and the growth of the present. As they stand among the basil and the thyme, they catch the light like small mirrors, reflecting the sky back to the earth. There is a profound sense of peace in this order. It is a way of honoring the unique spirit of every plant, giving each one a name and a place in your sanctuary. These labels are more than just practical markers. They are a philosophical reflection on the cycle of life. They remind us that nothing is ever truly lost, only transformed. By bringing these silver ghosts into the green life of the garden, we weave a timeless bond between the domestic and the wild. It is an act of memory, a way of grounding our dreams in the solid reality of the earth. In this quiet corner, where silver meets soil, we find the perfect harmony of a garden that is finally complete. And as the wind rustles the leaves around these silver sentinels, we realize that every story in our garden has just begun. The Dry Branch Archway. Imagine walking through a gateway that wasn't built, but grown. Picture the Dry Branch Archway, a portal woven from the weary limbs of ancient trees, standing as a silent invitation to leave the world behind and enter a sanctuary of green. These are the forgotten branches, once tossed by the wind, now gathered and intertwined to create a bridge between the wild forest and your nurtured home. Step beneath the arched canopy and feel the air change. The sunlight filters through the intricate web of gray wood, casting dancing shadows that look like ink on a page. There is a profound sense of peace in this structure. It is a reminder that even the things that have long since stopped reaching for the sun can still provide a path for others to follow. As the climbing jasmine and roses begin their ascent up these silver limbs, the archway becomes a living tapestry, a testament to the togetherness of the old and the new. This portal is a reflection of our own transition into the garden, a space where we shed our worries and reconnect with the timeless bond of the earth. It is a philosophical marker of where our human world ends and the magic of nature begins. In this quiet, rustic entrance, we find the strength of the forest repurposed into a work of art, a sanctuary where every branch tells a story of resilience. And as we pass through this wooden threshold, our path leads us toward a wall of green, held together by the simplest of natural weaves. The Willow Wattle Fence. Imagine a fence that breathes, a barrier woven like a bird's nest to cradle the life within. Picture the willow wattle fence, a testament to the ancient art of weaving the earth's own limbs. This is not a wall of cold, rigid steel, but a gentle embrace made of flexible willow and hazel, bowed and bound by human hands to protect the sanctuary of the soil. Each branch is a thread in a living tapestry, carrying the memory of the riverbanks and the whispers of the wind. Run your fingers along the rhythmic patterns of the weave, feeling the strength that comes from togetherness. There is a deep, quiet wisdom in this structure. It reminds us that true resilience doesn't come from being unyielding, but from the ability to bend and intertwine with others. As the garden grows, the wattle fence becomes part of the landscape, its natural tones deepening with every rain and silvering with every sun. It is a boundary that doesn't divide, but invites a sense of peace and order to the wildness of the green. This enclosure is a reflection of our connection to a simpler time, a philosophical nod to the days when we built only with what the land provided. In this bond between the gardener's patience and the willow's grace, we find a timeless harmony. It is a protective shield that feels as though it grew from the very ground it guards, a rustic sanctuary where every woven branch tells a story of care. And as the light fades behind the woven shadows, we find our path leading toward a structure of light and wood, designed for the smallest of the garden's treasures. The scrapwood cold frame. Imagine a sanctuary that breathes with the warmth of the sun, even when the air outside holds a lingering chill. Picture the scrapwood cold frame, a humble nursery built from the remnants of old stories. Timber that once held up a roof or a fence, now repurposed to cradle the fragile dreams of your garden. This is the cradle of spring, a space where time slows down and the earth is kept in a warm, constant embrace. Lean down and touch the rough, sun-warmed wood of the frame. Beneath the slanted glass lid, a secret world is awakening. Here, the air is still and sweet with the scent of damp soil and new life. It is a place of memory and hope. The old wood provides the strength, while the glass invites the light. There is a deep, philosophical peace in this protection. The understanding that every great harvest must first find its footing in a safe, quiet place. This nursery is a reflection of our own desire to nurture and sustain. It connects the gardener's patience with the resilience of the wood, creating a timeless bond that celebrates the beginning of every journey. In this small, wooden fortress, we find the togetherness of the elements. The wood, the glass, and the sun, all working in harmony to protect the smallest among us. It is a sanctuary of quiet growth, where the shadows of the past protect the green life of the future. And as these seedlings grow strong within their wooden cradle, we look toward the vertical world, where life begins to climb toward the clouds. The ladder planter. Imagine a staircase that leads not to a room, but to a sky filled with emeralds. Picture the ladder planter, a vertical library where every step holds a different chapter of the Earth's story. This is an old companion, a ladder that once helped hands reach high places, now standing still to offer a tiered stage for the quiet growth of herbs and greens. It is a monument to the idea that even in the smallest of footprints, we can find room to grow upward. Run your hands along the rough, silvered grain of the wood, feeling the history of every climb etched into its surface. On each level, a different life thrives, mint cascading like a green waterfall from the top, while sturdy kale anchors the base. There is a profound peace in this arrangement, a sense of order and abundance that breathes in harmony with the air. It reminds us that our journey is made of steps, and each one is an opportunity to nurture something beautiful. This vertical sanctuary is a reflection of our own aspirations, the desire to elevate the ordinary into a living work of art. It connects the gardener's creativity with the soul of the reclaimed wood, creating a timeless bond that celebrates the height of our imagination. In this togetherness of wood and leaf, we find a sanctuary that doesn't demand space, but creates it. It is a library of life, where the only language spoken is the rustle of leaves in the wind. And as the sun sets behind the highest step, we turn our gaze toward a final structure that offers a sheltered embrace for the heart of our harvest. The Driftwood Table. Imagine an altar built by the sea and finished by the sun, standing in the heart of your green sanctuary. Picture the Driftwood Table, a harvest hub where the wandering spirit of the ocean meets the grounded bounty of the earth. This is a piece of furniture with a soul, wood that has been tumbled by tides and bleached by the salt, now finding its final rest as a stage for your garden's triumphs. It is the place where the labor of your hands is finally laid out to be celebrated. Run your palm over the smooth, undulating curves of the driftwood base, feeling the story of every wave it once rode. Upon its flat, sturdy top, the vibrant reds of tomatoes and the deep greens of kale look like jewels against the silver-gray wood. There is a profound sense of togetherness here. It is the meeting point for family, for friends, and for the quiet moments of reflection after a day's work. It reminds us that every harvest is a shared victory between the gardener's hope and the earth's generosity. This table is a philosophical anchor, a reminder that beauty is often found in things that have been weathered and worn. It connects our present joy with the long, silent history of the nature around us, creating a timeless bond that feels both ancient and new. In this rustic sanctuary, the table is more than just wood. It is a gathering place for memories, a hub of peace where we can sit, breathe, and truly taste the fruit of our dreams. As we rest our hands on this sun-warmed wood, we realize that the garden has given us far more than food. It has given us a place to belong. The Terracotta Fairy Village. Imagine a mountain of earth rising in the center of your garden, built from the warm, sun-baked clay of the islands. Picture the Terracotta Fairy Village, a vertical sanctuary where every level is a home for the sweet, reaching vines of the strawberry and the fragrant breath of the herbs. This is not just a planter, it is a spiraling staircase of life, a place where the earth is stacked high to meet the morning sun. Run your hand over the porous, warm surface of the terracotta, feeling the breath of the soil within. On each tier, a new story unfolds, vibrant red berries hiding beneath emerald leaves, like secrets waiting to be discovered. There is a deep, quiet peace in this verticality. It reminds us that when we have little room on the ground, we can always grow toward the heavens. It is a village built of patience and clay, a rustic tower that turns a small corner into an abundant harvest. This structure is a reflection of our own resilience, the ability to build layers of beauty even in confined spaces. It connects the gardener's touch with the ancient tradition of pottery, creating a timeless bond that feels both grounded and light. In this togetherness of clay and leaf, we find a sanctuary that invites the smallest visitors, the bees, the butterflies, and the imagination. It is a living monument to the idea that abundance abundance is not about how much land you own, but how high you are willing to dream. And as the sun warms the orange clay, we find our gaze wandering toward a path made of memory and stone. The Storybook Stone and Moss Pathway. Imagine a road that doesn't just take you from one place to another, but tells you a story with every step. Picture the Storybook Stone and Moss Pathway, a trail of ancient river stones that have traded their turbulent waters for the quiet stillness of your garden. These are the silent bones of the earth, laid down by hand to create a bridge between the wildness of nature and the sanctuary of your soul. Between each stone, a soft, emerald velvet of moss rises to meet your feet, cushioning the journey with a gentleness only time can grow. Feel the cool, solid strength of the rock through the soles of your feet, contrasted by the damp, living warmth of the moss. There is a profound peace in this dialogue between the hard and the soft, the eternal and the fleeting. It is a reminder that even the roughest path can be made beautiful if we allow life to grow in the spaces in between. As you walk, the stones seem to glow in the dappled sunlight, leading you deeper into the heart of the green, where memory and nature intertwine. This pathway is a reflection of our own journey, a series of steps that are sometimes irregular and weathered, but always grounded in purpose. It connects the gardener's labor with the earth's slow, deliberate growth, creating a timeless bond that celebrates the beauty of the slow walk. In this togetherness of stone and moss, we find a sanctuary where the destination matters less than the quiet magic found along the way. It is a storybook path where every step is a leaf turned in a living book of peace. And as the path curves around the edge of the wood, we find a structure that offers a sheltered embrace for the heart of the harvest. The Pallet Herb Tapestry. Imagine a wall that doesn't just divide, but breathes, a tapestry woven from the very sense of the earth. Picture the Pallet Herb Tapestry, a living monument built from a forgotten traveler of the industrial world. This is a wooden pallet that once carried heavy burdens across the sea, now standing still to cradle a choir of aromatic herbs. It is a testament to the magic of second chances, where rough-hewn slats become the balconies for mint, sage, and oregano to dance in the breeze. Brush your fingers against the sun-warmed wood, and immediately, the air is filled with the perfume of 1,000 memories. Each horizontal layer is a shelf of life, a green library where every leaf tells a story of sun and water. There is a deep, quiet peace in this verticality. It is a way of honoring the space we have, turning a blank wall into a vibrant sanctuary of flavor and healing. It reminds us that even the most utilitarian objects can be invited into the garden's soul if we look at them with the eyes of a dreamer. This living wall is a reflection of our own resilience, our ability to find abundance in the discarded. It connects the gardener's kitchen dreams with the rugged history of reclaimed wood, creating a timeless bond that celebrates the beauty of small space living. In this togetherness of wood and scent, we find a sanctuary that is as practical as it is poetic. It is a tapestry of life that feeds both the body and the spirit, standing tall against the sky. And as the scent of fresh basil lingers in the evening air, we find ourselves drawn to a structure that offers a sheltered embrace for the heart of the garden. The Bottle-Waterfall Pond. Imagine the song of a mountain stream, captured and played back through a chorus of glass. Picture the Bottle-Waterfall Pond, where the cold, clear blood of the earth flows through the hearts of discarded vessels, turning the silence of your garden into a symphony of liquid light. These are the blue and emerald ghosts of yesterday's refreshments, now reimagined as a crystalline stairway for the water's descent. Listen to the rhythmic, glass-toned melody, the sound of droplets splashing against the still surface of the pond below. Each bottle, nestled into the cool embrace of mossy stone, catches the sun and bends it into 1,000 tiny rainbows. There is a profound peace in this constant motion. It is a reminder that even the most static objects can be part of a living, flowing journey. As the water spills from the glass necks, it carries with it the dust of the day, leaving behind only the sparkling clarity of a moment perfectly spent. This fountain is a reflection of our own ability to channel beauty from the mundane. It connects the gardener's vision with the fluid grace of the elements, creating a timeless bond between the solid and the ethereal. In this togetherness of glass, stone, and water, we find a sanctuary that doesn't just look beautiful, but speaks to us in a language of tranquility. It is a liquid tapestry, where the only boundary is the edge of our own imagination. And as the ripples fade into the quiet of the evening, we find ourselves standing before a grand structure that holds the entire garden in its protective shadow. 20. The Fairy Tale Fruit Cage. Imagine a sanctuary within a sanctuary, a cathedral of wood and shadow where the garden's most precious jewels are kept safe from the wandering winds. Picture the fairy tale fruit cage, a grand palace built of silver driftwood and memories, standing as a testament to the gardener's devotion. This is not a cage of imprisonment, but an invitation to abundance. A place where raspberries and blueberries can ripen in peace, cradled by the sun and guarded by the ghosts of trees that once stood by the sea. Step inside the cool, dappled shade of the mesh and feel the world fall away. Here, the air is heavy with the scent of sweet juice and damp leaves. The driftwood pillars, with their twisting, sculptural forms, feel alive, as if they are still reaching for the light, even as they hold up the ceiling of this living palace. There is a profound peace in this protection. It is a way of honoring the sweetness that the earth gives us, ensuring that every berry finds its way to the table it was intended for. This structure is the ultimate reflection of our togetherness with the land, a philosophical bridge between the wild and the nurtured. It connects our labor with a storybook aesthetic that turns a simple orchard into a place of wonder. In this quiet, sheltered space, the timeless bond between humans and nature is written in the language of silver wood and ruby red fruit. It is the final masterpiece of the garden, a sanctuary where peace and harvest grow hand in hand under the watchful eye of the sky. As the sun sets behind the driftwood arches, we realize that the garden is not just a place we tend. It is a place that tends to us. The beauty of a garden is that it is never truly finished. It is a conversation between you and the earth that evolves with every season. As you walk back into your own space today, remember that every great sanctuary started with a single, small step, perhaps a discarded stone or a handful of seeds. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with me. Until our paths cross again next week, keep dreaming, keep building, and let your garden grow as wild and beautiful as your imagination.